In the frigid depths of the Russian wilderness, nestled within the Ural Mountains, lies a place shrouded in mystery and tragedy, Dyatlov Pass. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition led by Igor Dyatlov, never realizing their journey would become one of the most perplexing and chilling mysteries of the modern age. The group, consisting of 8 men and 2 women, embarked on their trek on January 25th. Their destination was Mount Otorten, a remote and challenging peak in the northern Urals. These hikers were not amateurs. They were seasoned mountaineers, accustomed to the harsh conditions of Siberian winters. But even their expertise could not prepare them for what was to come. On February 1st, the group made their final camp on the slopes of Kolit-Syakhl, a name ominously translating to Dead Mountain in the indigenous Mansi language. What happened next remains one of the most chilling enigmas in history. When search parties finally discovered their campsite weeks later, the scene defied explanation. The group's tent was found torn open, not from the outside, but from within. It appeared that the hikers had cut their way out in a desperate attempt to flee. Their belongings, including warm clothing, boots, and survival gear, were left behind in the tent. Footprints led away from the campsite, heading toward a nearby forest, some of them made by bare or lightly clad feet. In sub-zero temperatures, this decision alone seemed incomprehensible. The bodies of the hikers were discovered over the course of several weeks, scattered across the snowy landscape. 2 were found at the edge of the forest, lying near the remains of a small fire. They were shoeless and dressed in only their undergarments, a state often attributed to paradoxical undressing, a phenomenon linked to hypothermia. 3 more bodies, including that of Igor Dyatlov, were discovered between the tent and the forest, as if they had been trying to return to camp. But it was the discovery of the final 4 bodies that deepened the mystery further. Found in a ravine nearly 75 meters away from the forest, these hikers showed injuries far beyond what could be explained by exposure to the elements. Lyudmila Dubinina had major chest fractures and was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips. Semyon Zolotaryov, found nearby, also suffered from chest injuries so severe that investigators compared them to the force of a car crash. Alexander Kolevatov and Nikolai Thibault-Brignoles had fatal skull and neck injuries. Yet no external wounds were visible, and the injuries appeared to have been caused by an immense force, not consistent with a simple fall or avalanche. The official investigation concluded that the hikers had succumbed to a compelling natural force. But this vague explanation left more questions than answers and sparked a wave of speculation. Over the decades, numerous theories have been proposed, each attempting to make sense of the bizarre and terrifying details. One of the most prominent theories involves an avalanche. Proponents suggest that the group may have been startled by the sound of snow shifting and fled their tent in panic, only to succumb to the freezing conditions. However, critics argue that the evidence does not support this. The slope of the mountain was not steep enough to trigger an avalanche, and there was no significant debris near the tent. Another popular theory points to military involvement. At the time, the Soviet Union was conducting secretive tests in remote regions, including parachute mine exercises. Some speculate that the group inadvertently wandered into a military testing zone and became victims of an accident that was subsequently covered up. This theory is bolstered by reports of strange orange spheres seen in the sky around the time of the incident, which some attribute to military flares or experimental weapons. Other theories veer into the paranormal. Infrasound, a low-frequency sound wave that can induce feelings of panic, has been proposed as a possible cause. It's suggested that wind patterns over the mountain created these sounds, triggering irrational behavior among the hikers. There are even accounts linking the incident to extraterrestrial activity, citing the hikers' strange injuries and reports of glowing orbs in the sky. And then there are the cultural explanations. The indigenous Mansi people consider Kolit-Syakhl a sacred and dangerous place. Some suggest the hikers may have violated a taboo or disturbed something they shouldn't have. However, no evidence links the Mansi to the tragedy, and they were known to be peaceful toward outsiders. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case, and a year later, they concluded that an avalanche, followed by poor decision-making in extreme conditions, was the most likely explanation. Yet, this conclusion has not satisfied all researchers or enthusiasts. Many point to the unexplained injuries, the state of the tent, and the hikers' seemingly irrational behavior as evidence that there's more to the story. Today, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. It's a tale of adventure turned to tragedy, of human vulnerability in the face of nature's power, and possibly something more. We may never know exactly what happened on that cold, desolate mountainside in 1959, but as long as questions remain, the mystery of Dyatlov Pass will continue to captivate and haunt those who hear its story. What do you think? Was it a tragic accident, a government cover-up, or something far stranger? Share your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries.